how you guys doing out there? My name is Life Entertainment, live from Pixlmech Studios. So my first tip for my session of pro audio tips and tricks is people always ask me how do I get, that extra punch in my drums, or how do I get my drums to pop? Alright, so here's my drum, right? I'm trying to level up a tiny little bit, right? Alright, this is the first thing I do. First thing I'm going to do is add a sub, right? Now, on this sub, I'm going to add two effects. Move my mix over here a little bit, right? I'm just going to name this sub. I like to be organized. I'm going to add two. The first plugin I'm going to add is a dynamic, which is going to be a gate, right? Let me add that gate. The second plugin I'm going to add is going to be the signal generator. But I'm not going to add the signal generator yet, otherwise it'll keep going. For example, right? If I go to other, I have to come down to this arrow. There we go. Basically, if I turn on the signal generator, it'll keep going, right? So we're going to turn that off for now. And I want to take my drum, send my drum to, I like to use something far, right? In case I've already used my other previous subs for any type of effects or anything, who knows? I don't necessarily mix instruments or things in order, so I will go with 8, right? I'm going to take this to about 5.5 is good. Now I'm going to take my input to my sub. Sub has many names too. I don't know if you're going to be on a different program. This technique should work with any program you use. Sub could be called bus or auxiliary. There's multiple names, but they all do the same thing. I'm calling it a sub, but it's really a bus, like I said, or auxiliary, right? The sub is just going to be the name of basically the sub bass, if you will. So I'm on 8, right? So now what I want to do is have my gate up as well as my signal generator, right? Oh, this ain't it. This is it, right? And I want to set my key input. This is the most important thing for this little setup right here. My key input, and my key input is going to be bus 8, which is basically telling, the gate. You're seeing it, so you should pretty much understand what it's doing, but it's pretty much telling the gate to only open when it gets the signal from that sub, and it's only going to get the signal from bus 8 when the drum is sounding. So let's hear what that all sounds like real quick, right? At this point, you should already have the idea of what I do, but I'm going to continue, right? Raise the volume up to that a little bit over here, right? And let's turn the frequency down. Okay, now I'm going to stop it right here, because it'll most likely get to a point that the microphone won't pick up the sound that it's making, because it's not really a sound. It's going to be like a vibration, which is what, it's adding sub to your drums. So even if your drums are a little light in the ass, this is going to add bottom to it. So when the car's driving down, or anything that can add extra bass, it's going to vibrate. The drum's not going to be so flat, right? So let's see where I would go with this. .63 sounds kind of good. Maybe 60. I might go with 60 for this, right? So I'm gonna raise the level up more so maybe you could hear it in the microphone. Yeah, I like 60. So then I would pretty much use the gate to decide how long that sub plays for. Is it real short, like this? Now I like how that sub sounds, right? So I'm basically gonna bypass so you can hear it, while it's playing with or without. And you can see where the arrow's at. You can see me bypass the signal generator. Now you might come to a point where you hear a tiny little click at the end of the sub or the you would just basically make your adjustments with your gate, with your releases and your attack, and the shortness and distances of how open your gate is, and pretty much to get rid of it or whatever. But you'd make however you'd want your sub to sound to match your drum. You want it to match your drum.